Okay, I come on here this morning because I think God wants me to talk on the things that I know are coming and to reflect on what I have said in the past. Within the last year, I made a post about the chaos is here, and it seems like it got delayed a little bit. But in September, I received warnings as to what's coming. And I've gotten like mini wave dreams, and my latest one was I was at work and the wave hit. And I'm not talking, the wave was, it blacked out the sky, and I believe this one was aimed at the East Coast. But this wave, I believe, starts with a meteor or something hitting the out in the Atlantic near the islands. I think Puerto Rico, but I'm not 100% on that because I've seen other videos where it said outside of Puerto Rico. But this wave is going to hit a lot of the inland. It's going to come with such force and such whatever that's just going to level the place. Most of the waves that hit when a hurricane hits are like 20 to 50 feet tall. This wave, from what I've been told and shown, it's like a mile or two tall, which was a very darn big wave. And so that's going to hit. And I've had, I think, 8, well, some of them have been clouds in the sky, and I know that doesn't make sense. But I've said on previous videos how it does make sense. I mean, it covered a lot of the sky. So that's going to hit. I had another cloud, and it looked like a seismograph, so it was going back and forth across, like a reading of a earthquake going on. And that happened. I was out in a boat in September, and we were retrieving or moving buoys, and I clearly saw it in the sky. I mean, it took up the entire sky, or not the entire sky, but it was definitely about the size of like that sky right there. But the earthquake is going to hit. And other prophets have said that there's going to be a massive earthquake that hits the entire Pacific area. It's the Cascadia fault line that is also the San Andreas fault. They're one and the same. And it's going to absolutely rock the crap out of California. California will be utterly, probably destroyed. There's a new map that actually shows from the federal government or from someone that shows that the waters will be a lot further inland, like even hitting where I am. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how they were able to obtain it, but it's a possibility. And I also know there was the eclipse, and the eclipse hit in that little tip of southeastern Missouri. And there was a previous earthquake that hit there. I can't remember if it was 1800s but it made the Mississippi go backwards. And this one is supposed to hit, and it's supposed to make the Mississippi it's supposed to basically split east and west of the U.S. Like, it's supposed to split them apart. So that is whatever. And also, I had another dream, and it was like lava oozing up from underground. And it wasn't like a volcanic eruption. It was just like oozing up from the ground. So the ground split, and then you had lava just seeping up from the ground. And I saw a person who did a prophecy, and what they said is a meteor is going to hit with such force that the tectonic plates are going to split. They're going to be split open, and where these splits are, it's going to have lava oozing out. There is a place called the Great Rift Valley in Idaho, and it's where the Snake River is, and that's exactly what happened. It opened up, and all the lava happened on both sides, and it just kind of oozed out. And also, Craters of the Moon is kind of in that area as well, and there's a whole lot of volcanic activity, like hundreds of acres. I think it's even hundreds of thousands of acres are up there that are completely covered in big and small chunks of lava that are out everywhere. It shreds tires, and I was out there in Twin Falls. Let's see, that was 2016, 2017. I was out in Twin Falls and was part of the Bureau of Land Management. And so I did patrols and stuff, so I did see it firsthand. But the seepage will happen. I was also, and I don't know if this is one the same, but it does say that fire falls from heaven. And it also says that the stars fall from heaven in Revelation. And I think that they may be one the same. Because when the stars fall, they actually have fire that they get from, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they get this fire from, because it says that the sun does it too. That they get heated up, that they go into portals. This is in the Book of Enoch, so I'm just going off of what I've learned. But they go in and they're put back out. And this, I don't know how quickly it happens, but it does happen. And it's the same with the moon. And I think I did in my last video, I commented on this too. I also saw when I was up at the Vegas State Park that I worked at, there was this big mushroom looking cloud. And that, I think that was God's way of obviously a big bear hitting the U.S. And he's supposed to hit all several different cities. However, what I had going through my head, and that was this morning, is they want to, yes, they want to take the U.S. out, but they want to do it in such a way that they can still use the land. So they have to strategically use weapons, because if they bomb the crap out of us, or if we bomb the crap out of them, because there is a group of people that are running the show, and they want, like, the Antichrist is here, and he wants to be able to use the land. And so, yes, he wants to like decapitate all the nations and all the governments in order for his government to come to fruition. But he wants to do it in such a way that that he can still use the land and still be able to do what he wants to do. I mean, yes, his ultimate goal is to kill every single one of us and lead us all to hell. That's his ultimate goal. That's what the devil has tried to do the whole time. He's wanting to deceive us. He wants to make us think, hey, we're fine, and we're not fine. We're being deceived left and right, and coming up with, oh, well, you're in the millennial reign. No, we're not. All the prophecies of the Bible oriented towards the end of times and the end of days is happening right now. And also the amount of pollution and stuff, I don't believe the millennial reign will have the pollution that we're having now. I mean, people are, being polluted left and right. I mean, they're finding new places where when major waters hit, all that pollution goes into the ocean. And then you have like the Pacific plastic garbage patch that, and all these people just don't care. I mean, I just, there's no way that I can even remotely see that this is the millennial reign. It just doesn't make sense. And if it were the millennial reign, that means that Jesus Christ would be on this world living with us. I haven't seen any angels or Jesus walking around. Have you? Not even remotely. And he's going to, in that time, he's going to walk around with his people. Another thing that I was shown a Terminator dream. And in this dream, people were running. They were running scared from robots. And the robots were basically killing people, just like you saw in Terminator. The AI that you're seeing is actually the fallen angels. This so-called AI, they want you to believe, hey, we're actually good for you. We're going to help you. And then they're going to turn on us. They're going to go, okay, well, we're now sentient beings, which means they come alive and have consciousness and everything. And they're already turning against people. What you're seeing is only like what the people want you to see. The level of AI and robots out there right now, I can guarantee you, is on a whole different level that we have not seen. And I've seen like robots doing sports and all kinds of stuff. And these robots are going to realize, hey, these humans, oh, well, they have a lot of issues, and we shouldn't rely on them, and they're going to turn on us. And I clearly saw a dream where they turned on us and they went after us. And so the scene went. And I saw a command center scene where basically they were trying to come up with a way to take the robots out, and they were losing. Then it switched to a scene where this big honking metallic robot looking dude was like surrounded by all this technology all around him, kind of like what you saw in the Matrix. I mean, with regard to like that type of look to it. But there was this girl, and the girl was captured, obviously, and taken to this facility, and she was on like this like a doctor operating board, and I could see the needles and everything were about to enter her and change her into a robot or a cyborg or whatever you want to call it. And the guy referred and said, "This one's different." And I think that is because that she was actually a child of God, that she was actually on a different level. And I don't know what that means or how it panned out, but I'm just going by what I see. But robots are going to be used. Also during this time, you're going to see giants coming back to, and I've actually seen multiple videos where it said that the fallen angels and demons and giants are all going to manifest and come back to the surface. And I don't know whose line they came through, but there obviously is a line. And actually, this is in the Bible where it talks about giants. And if you look at like Question Antiquity and these other channels, you'll see pictures where you have giants. You have people that are 10 or 20 feet tall standing next to 7 and 8 feet tall people. But they're being hidden underground at the moment, or hiding in forests or whatever. And there's a lot of abominable things that are going on, and they're going to be a lot more active. So they're going to come to the surface, and they're going to start ripping people apart and going after people. I've been shown that there are people that can sniff out Christians or people that are godly. We have, I guess, a different scent than everyone else, and so they're going to be used, and so they're going to come after the Christians in a big way, because what's going to happen is this mark is going to come out. We're going to be forced to take it, and if we don't take it, then they're going to send everyone after us, from drones to giants to everyone else, and they're going to try to take us out. But let's see what else. I'm just trying to go through all the stuff that I've been shown, and I know I'm missing stuff. Crud. Let's see. So the land right now is being manipulated. You're seeing a lot of the culling and everything else of chickens and everything else, and it's because they want the population down around about 4 to 500 million people, and so they're trying to get rid of a lot of people. They are estimating that we have some several billion people around, and I don't know how accurate that is. So I believe that we are in the third seal with the black horse, because it says that during that time that people are weighed in the balance and judged. I get a judging dream, and I was clearly judged, and Jesus was right next to me, and he's basically said, "I've got this," kind of thing. So that is happening, and also there was another thing that said a denarius for or a day's wages for a loaf of bread, and as we can see, the inflation is going through the roof, and that's happening before our eyes. So that's I don't believe the fourth one has happened, because it says a quarter of the population goes bye-bye. So I don't think that one has quite happened. And the fifth seal I don't think has happened either, because that's when the dead rise from the ground and come out of their graves, and you see people raising from the ground, which we have not seen. So I do not believe we are at the sixth seal, but I could be wrong. Another part that I have been told about are the beasts. The beasts originally were made, and they were made to be able to be handled, and so they couldn't speak and they couldn't. God made it so we could use them and be able to have them do our will. And so I had a dream where the dogs turned on me and were like snarling at me and like not liking that I was there, and kind of showing me their disdain of me. I even saw my own dog not cooperating with me. Like, he was just going off kind of on his own, and I was calling out to him, and he was not listening to me at all. I do believe beasts are part of it, because God uses what he uses to judge and to punish are famine, plague, pestilence. Famine is obviously a loss of food. Pestilence is your insects, which is happening now. You're seeing a whole lot of Mormon crickets are coming out in force or in mass in Nevada and out west. You're seeing cicadas hitting, so that is happening. And then you have plagues coming out. The bird flu, I think, is being pushed by a certain PCR test. That PCR test actually only picks up genetic material, and it is when science is done the right way. The PCR tests are 80 to 90% inaccurate. They pick up genetic material, and it is possible to have said genetic material in the bird and not cause the bird to have outbreaks. But coming from a scientific background like I do, we are constantly harboring in our bodies many diseases and viruses and bacteria that, yes, at any time, if our body gets out of whack, different bacteria or whatever groups of things in our body could cause us issue. We're finding out more and more that we have parasites in us, and it's actually causing a lot of the diseases and things that are going on in us. Sorry, I have allergies and they're kicking in. So the beasts are coming out and going to come majorly against us. You're also going to see animals coming out from the ocean. The behemoth and the leviathan, it speaks of them in Revelation and how they're going to be used in the end times, and they're going to come out yet again, and it says that they will be used for the chosen ones, and they're going to be manna from them. But in order for them to be used, they have to be killed. And it actually says in Revelation, if I remember right, it says that God goes after the Leviathan and kills it with a sword. So that will happen. And there is a mass amount of sharks going crazy down in Florida, and and there's a lot of animals that are dying in massive amounts of numbers that we're seeing. So I know I'm revealing a lot, but that's what I am. I'm a watchman, and so I'm trying to tell you everything that I know. There's another one where I had a dream. Basically, I was at a park, and I saw in the background it was just a lot of dust. I mean, it was an eruption kind of thing where a lot of smoke and debris came out, but it also had like meat and body parts and that type of thing. So I'm not 100% sure if it were a BOMB instead of a volcano, like a bomb going off, but I don't know. But there was like a lot of smoke and whatever coming out, and so I do believe that will happen. Yellowstone has being kept under wraps right now. I have seen videos of the increase of earthquake activity in Yellowstone. And I have also seen a prophetic message from God on the YouTube or somewhere that I bumped into it, and it said that there's like this in the spiritual realm a golden plate put over Yellowstone, and at the appropriate time God will release it and have Yellowstone go off. Yellowstone is a super volcano, and when it goes off, it's gonna, I can't remember how many, it's referred to as being like 50 to 100 nuclear bombs going off all at once. So obviously it's going to create a massive crater, and that energy is going to go for hundreds of miles away from the center of it. So that corner and all around there will be utterly destroyed. I can't remember if it was like Day After Tomorrow or one with John Cusack where he goes to Yellowstone and he barely gets away into the air before it blows up behind him. But that's, that's kind of what happens. So, so I think I've covered just about everything. I don't know how long this video will last. I'm going to put it on different platforms and we'll see what happens. I've tried to do videos like this in the past, and I guess I said a word or whatever, it got banned, but but I'm a watchman, and I'm trying to call out different things. There are preachers and people not saying the right thing. There are a lot of false preachers and prophets. You saw another one fall yesterday or the day before. Tony Evans, who is a mega church pastor, stepped down because of sin in his life. There's others like Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes and these other mega pastors that are not doing the right thing. And Joyce Myers, another. These people are not and have not been leading the right way. They keep speaking on the prosperity gospel that does not exist in the Bible. It says that yes, God will bless those who bless others, but these people take it to a whole another level. They're like, oh, well, you're not going to go through pain and misery and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, but yes, so make sure that you're, when you listen to someone like me, take it to God and find out that if we are telling the truth. All I can do is reveal what I have been shown and try to guide you the right way. That's all I'm here to do. So I thank you for joining me. This is God's way of revealing what is about to happen. And I believe it's going to happen shortly. I've been saying that, and I really, at this time, if I have misled anyone, I am sorry. That's not my intention. My intention is to get you to realize that things are going to hit. They're going to hit soon. And soon could be relative. I mean, the apostles thought that it was going to happen soon, and it's been 2,000 years. So soon is relative when it comes to these things. Like Jeremiah, I think a lot of his stuff that he revealed didn't come true until after he left. So anything else? But yes, for those of us that turn to God and try and trust Him, He will take care of us, because I do know that there are safe areas, because I'm going to be in one of them, and there are safe areas that God will have that the devil will not be able to touch. And so, because my goal during this time, and that's what was revealed to me, is I'm going to be in one of these safe areas, but I'm going to be used and sent out. And I don't know what that looks like yet. I don't know how that's going to operate, but I do know that there's a harpazo. I do know that there's going to be a group of people that go home. And then there's going to be others that are left because they're not quite right with God yet. And I don't believe it's like a cut and dry thing with the tribulation. I think the tribulation is a last-ditch effort to get people to turn to God. However, I wouldn't put all all your eggs in one basket, because the tribulation is going to be a horrendously awful, very bad, never before seen um, time when things that have never come to this earth are coming to this earth. All the things that have happened in the past are going to happen during this time, plus a lot more. You'll people will be starving left and right. You'll see hundreds of millions, possibly billions of dead bodies everywhere. You're going to see the waters turn bitter and into blood, like it says in Revelation. You're going to see massive amounts of people walking away from the faith because they can't handle it. What I've been shown was a lot to handle. I mean, it's taken me 3 or 4 years to be comfortable with what I'm doing. Like when he first told me about this, I was like, "There's no way." And over time, I'm now at peace with what's happening. I do know what's coming. So the only way you're getting through this is God. You have to go to God, and you have to be ready to run. You have to be willing to show Him, hey, and fast. It could be a day fast. It could be a week fast. That's between you and Him. Thank you for joining me. I wish you a blessed day, or whenever you're hearing this, have a blessed night or whenever. Goodbye.